Guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for showing up today. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Jane. Today guys, we're talking about taking up additional work on a skilled worker visa. If this is possible or not, we're going to find out in this video. But before we continue, please hit the subscribe button now if you've not joined the family, and give this video a thumbs up. Okay, so back to the topic of discussion, the skilled worker visa, which is your tier 2 visa, right? A lot of people want to get on this visa. It does have its benefits, yes, but it also has requirements that a lot of you already know. First of all, what is a skilled worker visa? It's a visa that allows you work in the UK, or it's one of the visas that allow you work in the UK. Okay, but for this visa you need a sponsor. So you need someone to say, I will sponsor you to work in the UK. I will sponsor you to work for me in the UK. Okay, so that is what you call a sponsor. This sponsor gives you a certificate of sponsorship, and this is what you use to apply for your visa. So this is what is required, or the information on this certificate is required by the Home Office to know that yes, someone has agreed to sponsor you and you are okay to work in the UK. Okay, now one of the conditions of this visa, one is that you have to have a sponsor, right? There are other conditions, but in this video, another condition is that you can work full-time, but you can take on additional work, right? So yes, you can work additional work apart from the one that you are being sponsored to do. However, there are some conditions to taking up this additional work. Okay, now there are two conditions. Pay attention. The first one is that the job that you're going to be working for, which is the additional work that you're going to be taking on, should be on the same job code as the one that you're being sponsored to do. Okay, so they should be on the same job code, the same level, right? The second condition is that this job, which is the additional job that you're going to be doing, should be on the shortage occupation list. Okay, so there are two conditions, like I mentioned. One is that it should be on the shortage occupation list, and two is the fact that it should be on the same job code as the one you're being sponsored to do. Now, if it does not meet these two requirements, you have to update your visa. Okay, on gov.uk it states that if you're going to take additional work that doesn't meet these requirements, you should update your visa. This means that they want you to, you have to fill a form. That's what update your visa means. You have to fill a form, and you have to put in the details of the jobs that you'll be doing. So you will then need to be sponsored for the two jobs that you're doing. Personally, I don't know anybody that has sponsorship for two jobs on a skilled worker visa, but they know finish now. One day person go know. So it's possible that someone or you guys know someone who is doing two jobs and has sponsorship for both jobs. I think it's possible. I just don't know someone personally who is doing this, right? But if it's stated on the gov.uk site, then it's possible. So if you have to do more than 20 hours, first of all, you need to know that you have to update your visa so that you get sponsorship for the extra work that you're doing. So the only time you're not going to require sponsorship for additional work if you stay within the limits of 20 hours. And that 20 hours safe, you have to meet the condition of one, it has to be on the shortage occupation list, and that two, it has to be same job code as the one you were sponsored for. Okay, now a lot of confusion happen because of these conditions, right? Especially for people in the health and safety industry, or health and care, or healthcare industry. Okay, now a friend of mine asked me this question, and then I realized that yes, some people have misconceptions about this. Okay, so for some reason, some people think that if you are on a health and care worker visa, or you're working as a HCA, you can only take up HCA jobs as your additional role. This is not what is stated. I'm going to put it on the screen so that you can see. The condition clearly states that if the job is on the shortage occupation list, it doesn't specify that it must be the same as the one that you're doing. Right? That is the second option, or that is the second condition, but there's no way it states and. So it doesn't mean that both of them have to be met. one of them can be met. So let's say you're a HCA and you want to take up another job that is not the HCA role, but is also on the shortage occupation list. You can do this based on what is on the gov.uk side. Okay, so there's no restriction that says you must only work as a HCA even if you're taking 20 hours additional. I hope that I'm not confusing you guys. So this video is basically to tell you that yes, you can take up additional work and to mention the conditions stated by the government on taking up this additional work so that you don't get confused. So if you get a job and then you have another one that you want to take up extra work but it's also on the shortage occupation list, you can do that. Okay, yes, so that's what this video is basically about. I hope there's no confusion. If you have any confusion, put it in the comment section, ask your question, and I'll try my best to answer it. If I don't know the answer, I'll try to get the answer, and if I still can't get it, I will let you know. Okay, so you can search for your answer somewhere else. Okay, thank you guys for staying till now. This video is a short one because I just wanted to point this out. I hope that it makes sense to you. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you think it's helpful to you, share it with your friends and loved ones so that you can help them as well. If you have not subscribed to the channel, click the subscribe button now, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, bye guys.